This is heavy. Even me just like holding this is like heavy, like, cause I have a flash on with this right now, so it's like very heavy to hold currently at the moment. But I'm currently like shirtless right now. Let me take off the flash, dude, because this flash is like heavy as heck, bro. Anyways, let me try and be careful with like how I let go of the flash. Can I let go of the flash? There we go. Now it's a bit lighter. What's up, guys? I just copped this A7III today. Very hefty price. This camera shit is no joke. This shit, like, you really do have to have the money for it. And I mean, I work, so I'm able to kind of, I guess, do shit like this. But I mean, this is not an easy thing to do whatsoever. It requires a lot of freaking money, and you know, I was at New York Fashion Week. I did photography for an event I was at, and I previously had a 6400, like an A6400, and that shit broke. Like, that shit, like, the shutter broke, and this was like literally in the middle of me just like shooting photos. So yeah, I mean, it sucked. It wasn't a cool thing whatsoever, and definitely had kind of, you know, not the worst thing in the world. I mean, like, it's not like I didn't lose my camera, because I've lost a camera before, and yeah, I mean, just, this shit is nothing to play around with, bro. Like, you know, I, you know, decided to make the decision to buy a new camera, to spend a lot of my money on this and the lens. And here I am now. You know, it's funny because, like, literally, like, almost a year ago, I remember buying a camera from my friend. I remember buying the 6400 from my friend. And, you know, I remember kind of doing the same thing, recording a bit of, you know, videos, photos, whatever, on this, around kind of like the living room area. Literally remember doing this, and like, now I'm doing the same thing. I'm like recording a little video and everything right now, so yeah, I mean, this is this is something, to say the least. But here we are. Here we are doing all of this. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Like, you know, this is me doing a video on here, and you know, yeah. I guess in terms of what I hope to do with this, now that I have it, I do have some gigs planned. I have some gigs that are coming up. I have 3 basketball games that I have to be to. 3 basketball games this week. Tomorrow's the first day. I'm gonna be doing a class and work beforehand, and then you know, the next day I have work, class in the middle of it, and then the game. And then last but not least, I'll have you know, work, my other job, and then school, and then class. Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. So with me having this camera here, I basically have like all the lenses. This is a 24-70 I'm using, which is probably the best lens I have currently. And then I have a prime lens that's a 50mm, and then I have a like 18-135, which isn't the best low key when it comes to a full frame camera, but it's not that bad, and I think in some instances it'll do alright, depending on if I need to get a far distance, but not all the time. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be putting this camera to the test, seeing like how this is and how it'll rank in terms of just me, like, you know, doing photography and stuff. It's going to be something, but yeah, in terms of just how I feel about photography and the grind, and I'll probably get more in-depth about my journey and how it's been doing this. I don't even know if I'm like pointing it right. Am I pointing it right? I don't know. But I'll probably make a video getting more in-depth regarding like my journey and like how it's been being a photographer and doing what I've been doing. And you know, I've sort of been on a break and everything from this whole thing. I haven't really been like doing too much with photography recently. But it's still something that I care about, and it's still something that I'm willing to put in the time and effort to do. Yeah, but just I've been taking a break, and like I feel like I'm sort of at a point now where I'm like, I don't want to feel like I have to like do so much, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to feel like I have to you know, because that was like the thing for me, was feeling like I had to do so much to really make it successful. And like I've achieved a lot, and I've done a lot, and I'm very proud of myself for doing as much as I have. But I just don't want to feel like, you know, with me doing so much that I have, that it's at the expense of, you know, putting in all this effort just for what, you know, and grinding myself out and burning myself out and not really, I guess, doing it for the sake of like for my own pleasure and for my own satisfaction, you know. I just don't want to put myself in positions where I'm compromised and it's a waste of time, you know. I just don't want to put myself in that type of position. So I feel like with this will kind of give me the opportunity to sort of do it for me, and that's what I want to do, is to do this for me and to grow for myself. And I think that that's like the most important thing, and for anybody that has a creative venture, do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it because this is something that you want to grow in, and something that you want to flourish in, and grow with that. And there's nothing else that you could really ever do but to grow in that. So yeah, I don't want to put too much care into others and what others think. You know, I don't want to put too much of a place in that when it comes to this. I want to build it. You know, I want to do photography more, videography more. You know, I want to utilize this camera more to understand YouTube and the tech side of things, and just build my experience rather than just to grind, if that makes sense. I want to create, and that's what's important. Oh, I'm about to go soon, but I'm gonna post this up on YouTube in a bit. Other than that, wishing you guys all well. You know, I kind of wanted to put out this message. Nothing really much else to it, you know. Hope that this can inspire someone, and yeah, happy I got this camera. We'll see where this goes. Looking forward to seeing how things go with this, and yeah, see you guys.